No matter what kind of music you listen to, I love something that you hate. Pearl Jam is one of the bands that hooked me into music. In high school, they meant the world to me. Nirvana has survived with a very good reputation. Pearl Jam less so. Like as a teenager in high school, there was no difference between the two. Like if you like Pearl Jam, you probably like Nirvana, vice versa. Just because punk won out over whatever the musical influences of Pearl Jam are, like Nirvana seems like cooler, but gosh, it just seems so unfair to compare the two musically. As far as what they were culturally and what they emotionally meant during the time, I think that there's a great comparison between them, which is that it is survivor music, it is little brother music, like the little brother energy is strong in both of these bands. Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood, that's big brother energy. Pearl Jam's Jeremy, little brother energy all the way. Now not high school, youth is hard for everyone. As I've gotten older, I've met people who were like the overachievers, part of every club, popular, and like they were troubled by being young. And I was not popular or socially engaged. I had a reputation for being weird and like scary. Nowadays, they'd be like, oh, that's the guy who's gonna come to school with a gun. Like that was probably the energy I got off. And like valid, like I was going through real life stuff like homelessness within my family. My mom is mentally ill and I did not know that. I didn't understand what that meant at the time. And that made me unable to socially engage in a normal, healthy way. So what do you do except for be like the school weirdo where everyone's like, what's up with that guy? Then along comes grunge, Pearl Jam and Tori Amos, and people who were exploring hard emotions within their music, and that was so valuable. Oh, I'm just so glad I went through that instead of 1985. That would have sucked. And Pearl Jam is not as like cool because they have like Stevie Ray Vaughan influences. I don't know. It's just not as cool. But they just continue to do their own thing, try to be authentic to themselves, and like that wasn't cool. But isn't that cooler than trying to be cool? But I appreciate that they were expressing emotions that were valuable culturally to the young people during that time. That was great that they offered that. It's like Eddie Vedder and company, thank you so much. And Jeremy, gosh, that really hit me like a freight train in high school because I was bullied and I was made fun of and people would talk about me and how weird I was. And I had a lot of like really harsh emotions around that. And I'm glad that I had this song to bring it out of me instead of actual violence or actual hate. And like that's valuable to actually give people a healthy way to express these hard emotions. They're just continuing to do their thing and I wish the world of best for them. And I want to thank them, thanks for being there for me when I was younger. Even though your band isn't as cool as Lou Reed.